know the off speed, we know what's coming, we have to anticipate this ball being in the dirt, all right? Number two, glove moves first, all right? The glove will lead us to the spot, okay? Number three, chin to pads, all right? I want to watch this ball all the way in. Taking my chin to pads, I will see it for recovery, and it also presets my shoulders a little bit, all right? And the last one is a big exhale. All right, I'm taking this ball on, it's a big impact, all right? So when we're doing our blocking drills throughout the course of the season, spring training, what have you, you will hear that bullpen, you'll hear a lot of that, all right? We're not here blowing out birthday candles, I tell them, we're blowing out forest fires. That's how I want to hear you breathe, taking in this ball. If I could rearrange the vocabulary, the catching dictionary from blocking to absorbing, I would use absorbing instead of blocking, because I really want these guys to absorb the baseball, all right? As soft as we are catching the baseball with our hand, that's kind of how I want to do when I center cut it with my chest protector. I want to be under control this baseball nice and soft, all right? So Steve, go ahead. This is our first dry runs, if you will, for blocking. He's all the way down. Gloves tucked in right here, all right? And what we would do, we would just flip him balls. You can do it off a machine. You can have a guy right here on the knee, flipping him balls. The only thing he's focusing in on here is his chin to pads and a big exhale, all right? And that's just getting in a habit of breathing and watching the ball all the way in, all right? So the second part of this, we would move forward, and we have the glove up, all right? He's going to pre-pitch out of this, and now we'll do the same thing, whether it's out of the machine or just a flip. Now he's going to tuck the glove in, going down. Still focusing on chin to pads, still focusing on the breathe, all right? And then obviously the last thing we would do is the full action stance, where we would go ahead flipping balls, all right? Key here, guys, is they know what's going in the dirt off a machine. They know what's going in the dirt. Tell them to react. Don't just go down, all right? They're not going to get anything out of it if they're just cheating and going down first. I want these guys to react to this ball, work on that first step quickness, okay? So curveball, slider, whatever it may be, you know, we're going in reacting to it, okay? So for our blocking, there's two styles here. A lot of guys get taught to go forward. And again, these are just my beliefs. This is not written in stone. I want to let you guys know that. These are just some of the drills I do. These are some of the techniques that I truly believe in. I see a lot of guys go forward on blocks, okay? I think there's a purpose for that. And I think that purpose for me, that's that long hop, that one that hits way out in front of the plate here where I have to come forward and play big. All right, those are kind of, hopefully we're not making too many blocks in a game with those, all right? But if there is a traditional block, what I try to get my guys to do is drive their knees to their feet. Some people call it a kickback. I caution a kickback because a lot of times when you use the word kickback, guys want to tend to get air going back, all right? So I really like to focus in on driving your knees right to your feet, all right? We're taking that knees right to your feet. All right? If we can do that, what that allows us to do is that presets this angle for me already. All right? The more I go forward, I'm going forward here, and then I got to kind of create it. So a lot of things to do there. Okay? So this just eliminates me having to work in two parts. All right? The best blockers in the game, now I'm not talking big leagues, I'm talking best blockers, you will see have the ability to stay compact when they block. You have to have the ability to stay compact, okay? So when we're working here and we're moving east to west, don't let your guys come out here, all right? These blocks here, we're just trying to do what we can do to get in front of them, all right? I want to work in a zone where I know I can stay compact. Now, somebody may be able to come out a little bit further in these balls and have the ability to stay compact. But make sure when we're working in our dry work, we are staying compact in all our actions. Okay? I get asked this all the time, glove first when you're blocking. It's not this that I'm going to be separated because this, again, is not compact. It's the glove that triggers me to go. All right? So out of my pre-pitch, that glove, the body will always follow that glove. All right? So when you're doing your work, I see guys like glove first and it's here, compact. Be compact, keep it together. The other thing is you see a lot of guys going down this way. This way. Well, what happens? So if I go down this way, I'm away from my body and look at my arms here. So again, when I get that tuck in here and I get my hands and my legs working together, one, I'm going to be compact. I have my angle set right here, and now look at my arms here. All right, now I'm in tight, I'm compact. I'm allowed to, it's able for me to block this ball and recover and keep my eyes on it at all times. Okay? So again, tell our guys all the time, we may not play perfect, but we're going to practice perfect. We're going to practice perfect. Okay, so it's attention to detail. This is one time for us catchers that we are able to get our work in for us. Everything else outside this is all about the team, about the pitcher. This is our time. All right, so we are going to pay attention to detail and we are going to work with a purpose and we're going to practice perfect. All right? I always tell them that old Navy SEAL motto, sweat more in training, bleed less in battle. It's kind of our motto. We go to it. We work. We work. This is our time to work. We don't take the foot off the accelerator. All right? So in our blocking here, so he'll go down. You don't have to, I don't want to kill your knees, but so in the middle, if you just want to kind of kick back a little bit, you can't. Yeah. So right there, you can see this angle is preset. We're not just blocking the ball anymore, guys. We're trying to avoid that base runner to go 90 feet. We don't want him going 90 feet. So if I can create that angle, keep over and get up on my feet, I got a chance to throw him out, or he's got to stay. All right? And that takes a lot of pressure off the pitcher, as we all know, when a guy's pitching with a guy at first or opposed to a guy running scoring position. All right? You have to take pride in blocking. You have to take pride in blocking. You got to pay attention to detail, checking off your boxes, all right, and anticipating all these things that we've gone over with. Another one I like is when you're down. You guys, when we're talking about going side to side, you know, I'll just take a ball here, flip it right off his shoulder, all right? This side, flip it. You kind of want to cross corner that, controlling the baseball. I said it this morning. As soon as that pitch leaves that pitcher's hand, fair or not fair, we control that baseball. We control it now, okay? So if you watch the good blockers, compact, like I said, but they're soft. They absorb, all right? And if they have that mentality of being on time, compact, breathing, and being soft, you'll notice even in drill work the difference of how close that ball stays to them, all right? Many drills and blocking that you can do. I just wanted to touch base over the technique of what we teach. Again, just my beliefs, all right? But everything that I'm telling you right now, this is what the Red Sox do. Again, that going forward, that plays, I think, to utilize them both, because we're going to have to at some point. But I just hate to see a guy continue to move forward, gaining ground on the block, because that, to me, is a collision, all right? So if I'm going forward and the ball's coming at me, that's a collision. But if I'm kind of kicking back, creating, I said kickback, but if I'm that hybrid of a kickback, drive my knees to the feet, now I'm taking this ball on with a good angle, all right? So, anything else on the blocking? So, one, what we do is for a reaction. So this teaches first step quickness, all right? So I'll say 1 is the middle, 2 is glove side, 3 is arm side. And I'll just yell out a number, and as soon as it registers to them, they fire and go. All right, so obviously won't have him do it, but if I said 1, he would drop to the middle first. I'll go head to head with these guys. They'll get right here, and there'll be a competition. And one guy will be here, one guy will be here, and I'll yell out a number, bam, and they go. And they get something out of it. It's fun for them. They kind of, it's that competition, but they're also working with purpose there. So a lot of things, you know, that you can do with blocking, but I would encourage you guys to try to use the technique of driving your knees to your feet, all right? Moving on to footwork. Are there any questions on the blocking, by the way? Anybody? Okay. You know that, well, good job. So footwork and exchange. We'll go through a little footwork exchange package. I got it. You got this one? Okay, good. We rehearsed this, as you can tell. All right, no glove, down on 2 knees. Again, this is working in that second gear I was telling you, all right? So we're gonna start ball in hand, no glove, all right? And all he's gonna do right here, the hand will be up here, okay? The hand will be up here for this drill. You're gonna cock the hand, your eyes will never leave this baseball until it gets behind your ear. These two hands are gonna meet in the middle, and you're pulling into a strong front side. Again, your guys may get bored with this. If they do, they're not working with the purpose, and there's no attention to detail here. Cock it, meet in the middle. You'll see a lot of guys when they throw, one hand's dominant than the other. All right, and that can't happen. You'll see a guy have the glove way back here, comes to push, you really don't have a strong front side. You'll see the guys that prematurely get in here a little bit, everything is off here, all right? The ability to really grasp that ball this way, it's not gonna happen consistently. A lot of dots gotta connect if we're doing that. But if we're able to stay compact, you'll hear me say it all the time, and meet in the middle, we're able to slingshot it out. Now I have no other choice but to leverage this baseball down to second base. All right, so attention to detail, we'll start at the left knee, we'll do 5 to 7 at the left knee, and then right knee, high left, right shoulder. All right, we have to get in there and see the ball, grab it into the strong front side. Again, controlled environment, this is for us. All right, we can speed it up as we go. All right, so go ahead and go to right knee, high left, just a couple. He cocks it, brings it in the middle, meeting out front into that strong front side. High left, and high left, you can go as far out here as you want to, having them out here. Direct path to the hand. It has to be a direct path to the hand. You'll see guys do this, all right? I want that thing going right here to the hand, okay? Right shoulder. Direct path to the hand, strong front side. This front side has to be strong all the time. This is my scope, okay? You'll see guys out here, or down here with it, you'll see guys out here with it. This has to be, especially in this controlled environment, paying attention to detail with that pointed right down to second base. That is my strong front side. Now, when I go to throw, my chest will go out to my glove. And again, the ability to leverage the baseball, you'll have. When this is off and this swims, this arm slot swims, all bets are off. All bets are off. Okay, that's where you see balls tell. That's when you see balls thrown right center. Nobody's ever in the history of the game stolen right center, right? We're throwing to second base. We got to be able to stay on top and leverage the baseball. So attention to detail here is key. Then he would put his glove on. Second phase of this. He'd put his glove on, move around the horn just like he did with the glove. Glove on. You have a guy that has problems kind of getting a grip on balls. You can take a little small ball here. You have guys that want to do this out in front. You can take this, right? Put it in the palm of your hand right here and just use these 3 fingers, and it forces them to get on top of that baseball as he's doing right there. Those are for the guys, again, that are here or just can't seem to get a grip on the baseball. Put a little small ball, forces him to use these claw hands right here. So from there, I'll fire it off the machine. So they'll stay in that position right there, and they'll sit here and I'll fire baseballs at them. Yep. And they're gonna go through that same gear. Nothing's fast. Everything's in second gear right there. And we'll speed it up as we go on. But they'll catch, same thing. I'll move them around, so like if I want to work on glove side, I'll move him to the right. Work on arm side, I'll move him this way off of the machine. All right? Then the footwork. All right? Then we implement footwork into this. We'll have the ball in the glove already. Again, second gear. So here's the plate. When I'm working indoors, it's kind of hard to draw a line. So I slide them over here, and this is my fidelity line, if you will. This is my direction right here. So in second gear, all he's going to do is come up, and not like he's going to throw to second base, putting his feet and hands working together. So you can run through this, run through this. Here are the keys for me in throwing. All right? You have to work up underneath the baseball. All right? If you have the ability to work up underneath the baseball, you're going to put yourself in a better position to throw guys out. All right? It's the guys that stand up right away, right? It's the guys that fall over, are too top heavy, all bets are off there. A lot of dots got to connect for you to have success. But if you work up underneath, and then what I mean by working up underneath, Flo, if you can come here, please. So he's the defensive end, I'm an offensive tackle, all right? So if we get down right here, and my first move's here, he's going to get to my quarterback. I've done nothing but stay straight up. Same with catching. If I just come straight up, again, a lot of dots got to connect. But if I have the ability to work up underneath him, I can buy some time. Same way here. If I have the ability to work up underneath the baseball onto my legs, you got a good chance of throwing people out. You got a good chance to stay compact. You got a good chance to stay in sync and leverage the baseball down to second base. All right? So there, he runs away from his body, gloves down here even, right? So a lot of things got to go right for this. But if he works up underneath the ball, that glove is right there in front of him, ready to go, all right? You'll see a lot of guys have a tendency coming up, show them low, coming up with their back foot, the right foot going toward the right-handed batter's box. Kind of like a heel exchange. You see this more than anything. If you break this down, all his momentum is going toward where? Third base, right? When he's trying to throw to second base. You better have some kind of arm, right, to get it down to second base where your momentum going toward third, right? That first step is so key to us, working up underneath, getting my right ankle turned right towards second base. I want all my momentum going right towards second, right from the start, all right? I create and I sustain this momentum right to second base, if that's where I'm throwing, okay? Low, go ahead, work up underneath this ball, right to second base. Boom. So 1-2, you can see this front foot is slightly open. Perfect, all right? We want that front foot slightly open so our hips can clear when we throw, all right? If we're obviously throwing across the body, probably not going to be accurate. I don't want it to be way too open because now I don't have any drive. So just slightly open. Again, guys, attention to detail when you're working with these guys, making sure they're checking off all the boxes of doing it the right way. This is our time again, do it the right way. All right. So, as far as the third base, for me, I'm a big believer. I don't have to gain much ground here. I don't have to gain much ground. It's a 90-foot throw. I just need to make sure I clear the hitter with some movement toward my target. All right, move toward my target. Where I'm trying to throw the ball is the inside part of the third base bag, belt high. All right, we're not trying to make that perfect throw here. We're aiming for the belt. Give the third baseman something he can handle inside the bag. All right, same action, just going to third. Get a lot of questions about first base, when to pick, when do I drop to my knees, when do I stand up and throw to first base, when do I throw to first base and pick to first base. For me, the keys to picking off the first base, we've identified we have it. We've identified, we've put our work in, and we know the timing of what it takes to pick a guy off at first base, and we got something here. We can get this guy. So I don't want to have to rush this. I want to stay under control with my actions, stay compact again. The pitch will tell you whether you throw from your knees or whether you throw from your feet. It's that simple. If it's a ball down in the zone, I'm going to go to my knees and drive and pick them off. Ball's up in the zone, I'm going to use my feet, stay on my feet and make a throw. All right, so that pitch will allow you to make it. Christian Vasquez is the best, in my opinion, backdooring at first base. If you watch him, and I don't want to give secrets away here, but I'll say this. You'll see him anytime he's going into a lefty and up, pretty good chance he's going to first base with a pick, all right? So it's a design play, obviously, but be smart with it. You know, we don't want to get in a habit of just throwing to first base or throwing to third base, back picking to second when there's no play there, all right? So your catchers, you know, they're smart, but you know sometimes they try to make something happen, and we want to kind of play under control. So again, I'll fire off the machine. They'll go through all these, right? They'll do the footwork third base. They'll do the footwork first, second, and third, right? The ability to stay compact is key here, all right? How many times have I've seen this one right here. If you see a video and the exchange is off to the side, Again, that's telling you that your guy is moving toward third base to throw to second base, all right? But if you see that guy that really makes that exchange right up here in front of him, he's staying there, all right? I do a lot of drills with this stuff, and I'll bring in this ladder here if I can shake it. So, Lo, you can come right here, face them this way. So right here, I'll have him come up right on it, all right? And he's just gonna bounce up like you're gonna throw a second base. 1, 2. This ladder is kind of clunky right now. Let's go to this one. So if he's inside this box, he's in good shape. But if you see some of this, it's telling you that momentum is still wanting to creep this way. All right, so in this right here, it's a controlled environment. Again, attention to detail, practice and perfect. He should be able to put that right ankle towards second base in that box right there. All right? You do not have to gain, everybody's arm is different. All right, make no mistake about it. Everybody's arm is different. Doesn't mean the best guy the guy with the best arm is more successful than the guy with an average arm. All right, it's the ability to go glove to glove is what counts. All right, so you can take an average arm and make it an above average time, if you will, in baseball pop times, okay? So getting this foot down is key. Getting it in alignment to your target is key. But you gotta remember, every time this foot is gaining ground, by the time I've caught this ball, this guy is full tilt running to second base, right? Time of the essence right here. It is, they are flying. They're full tilt, full speed. So the more I travel, the more they're traveling. The quicker I can get this foot down, get the exchange out, bam, right here, I got a chance. I got a chance. You can talk about attacking. You can talk about attacking the baseball. I tell our guys, never let the baseball play you. We have to stay on the attack at all times. All right? And Lo, if you don't mind, when I say letting the baseball play you, all right? You got it. All right, so he's going to let this baseball play him, and you guys tell the difference right here. You're going to do your footwork, but let this ball play you, okay? Good. Now, you're going to attack this ball, all right? Boom, he jump started right away. Now, it doesn't mean he's jumping out. Doesn't mean he's jumping out. He's gathering, ready to go, all right? We have to be on the attack when throwing at all times. The only way this, it's kind of like a timing of it. You know, Vasquez times, and I know I talk about Vasquez a lot. The timing up pitches, getting that feet and jump start, bam, going towards second base. It's a game changer when you want to throw guys out, all right? You can't let the ball, you'll see it a lot. When guys set in, like an advantage count, 0-2 to a righty, and a good base runner sees that, and he'll take off most of the time because he knows this guy's on the defense, he really locks himself up. All right? But if I stay on the attack and I identify he's going and I stay on the attack, I got a good chance of throwing him out. All right? So it's crucial that we work on attacking the baseball. If they're attacking so much that they're not being able to stay and work up underneath the ball, they're going out too quick. All right? You have to stay in a position that allows you to work up underneath the baseball at all times. All right? So if you see this, no, they're not doing it the right way. That pitch will kill you if you're going out here. You still got to work up underneath every pitch, all right? So just be cautious of that when you're performing these drills, all right? So this drill, like I was saying, allows you, it's a controlled environment, just allows you to feel the footwork going in. And you can use it as a conditioning thing too. You know, when you spread the ladder out, have them go box to box to box to box to box. You know, so I really like the ladder. We do the ladder drills where another ladder, yeah, it's just, so he's not going to get in his action stance on this. This is just an athletic position where he'll straddle the front step there, all right? And I'll move this ball around. So if I go into the middle of his body, he's going in, okay? So if I go glove side, there. So that's how I would want you guys to start off this drill. So even though he's moving this way, like we were talking about moving to third, he's gaining ground with this foot and his momentum. You still have the ability to gain ground and square. This allows us to be compact. So this is a good footwork drill. So if it's out here, bam, ready to go. And as we go through it again, so they get the feel of that, then we'll stay on the attack with this, and he'll attack this ball before he catches it with his footwork and put him in a very explosive position right there. So there's numerous things you can do. I love the ladder work. I think quick feet is a must if we're going to be successful in being behind the play, period. All right? So, pitch outs, I'll go over pitch outs real quick with you guys. So, where we're running in trouble with pitch outs is we got to understand we're already cheating. We're already cheating. We're rolling the dice that this guy is taking off. So we don't want to show our hand here, all right? We don't want to show our hand. So if you guys can see where Lopez, go ahead and give the signal, all right? So he obviously lines up, middle of the plate. Just a little bit. The further I go out, a good base runner is going to go, sniffing it out, something's on, I'm not taking the bait, right? So I'm already cheating. So I don't need to show my hand here. I can get out just a little bit like I'm shading out there, all right? And then from there, right-handed hitter, he's going to come out as soon as that pitcher makes his move, whatever that, as soon as his first move. As you can see right here, how he takes that first step. He's gained ground, and his body is still square to the ball. All right, his body's still square to the ball. We want to stay square to the ball because we know this is not the norm for these pitchers to be throwing pitch outs. They're used to throwing to a guy that's squatting, and then this speeds up on him, and who knows where this ball may end up. So we got to make sure that we're controlling this baseball. So he's going to come up, all right, just do it again like we work, and then work through the ball from there. We've got a good pitch, work through. This is exactly where you want to be when we're pitching out, all right? Under control actions, right? We don't need to hurry on this one. We make so many bad throws because we already got it. We got it. We just need to make an accurate throw. The way to make the accurate throw is keep your legs underneath you, stay compact, deliver a strike, right? Left-handed, this one's a little trickier because a lot of people don't like to lead anything with their left foot. I'm not saying all of them, but in my history with this, you'll see a lot of two-stepping going on in the beginning, pitching out to a left-handed hitter. So same way, he's going to lead with that left foot, gain some ground, stay square, shuffle, get a throw off, all right? Keys here are, again, not to tip your hand, setting off too far off the plate. Relax, relax, under control, under control, under control. Put yourself in position to make sure all your momentum is going to go right toward your target. All right? Okay. Perfect, perfect. Again, good question. Again, I try to get our guys to work where they're compact. I don't want them working when they don't have the ability to stay compact. So if he's going to go right to left, this is again, I'm a lines guy, this is a fidelity line for me. I want to kind of create an angle, all right? I don't want to create so much of an angle that my chest is not to the ball and my hip side is, all right? I also don't want to just go straight out because now I'm at that long hop, all right? I want to be able to control this baseball squaring up to my chest. So when I go off this line here is where I'm going to be. Again, compact, centering that ball up, all right? Footwork here, you'll see a lot of guys, jab step and go, it's fine. I have no problem with the jab step. You'll see some guys just drive. I think that jab step kind of jump starts some guys to get out there, but again, to each your own, as long as they're getting out there in that and staying compact, the ability to stay compact. Same way on this side, right, glove side, that's my line. I want to get to that ball, east and west, squaring that ball up with my chest protector. So, receiving, all right? This is the best part. So receiving, I talked about this morning, the ability, to be a good receiver. You have to have a good setup, right? And you have to have the ability to keep strikes inside your frame and the ability to make some borderline pitches just look sexy. You got to do it, without faltering. So a lot of my receiving drills, they're done with eyes and hand only. I don't like the whole bunch of movement. I was asked a question about the sway this morning. And again, these are just my beliefs. I know a lot of people teach the sway. But what I like to do is any kind of drills I'm doing with receiving, go ahead and just get out, is just hand and eye. So the body is completely still. You won't see him. Don't take this the wrong way, but there's never been a pitch that has been thrown that needs to be bowed to, all right? And when I mean this, that right there drives me crazy, all right? Drives me crazy, right? There's no way he can keep his eye, this right here. What's the point, you know? I mean, what's the point? So all our drills are just nice and easy, using hand and eye, all right? You can do these kind of drills. I'm just showing you about the hand and eye. So everything that we do, receiving, controlled environment, hand and eye. When they go play the game, they go play the game. If they're rehearsing this way consistently, man, does it look nice when they go back behind the plate and they're able to catch balls inside the frame with no drama, right? Again, I touched on this morning. You see a lot of framing. Again, framing to me is labor. It's like framing a house. I don't want to labor. I want to present a quality pitch that my pitcher has delivered, all right? And I want to be soft, drama-free when presenting these pitches, okay? So, receiving drills on that with the ability to just use your hand and eye, do a lot of different drills, This wiffle ball, I'll be honest with you, it's a secret, he doesn't have to know. He's scared because this thing really shoots him out pretty quick, and we don't have a lot of room. And it's probably a good 70 miles an hour these things will pump out. So this particular drill, the little ball drill we'll get into, the frisbee drill we'll get into. It's not the desired result I'm looking for. It's not the desired result. It's how you go about catching the frisbee, the little ball, or the wiffle ball. All right? And what I mean by that is, I would rather a guy miss one and stay in here with it than jab at it and catch one. This is all about how you address the object. All right? So I don't want jab. I don't want collision inside my frame. I want to eliminate that. These drills right here just keep you in here nice and soft. We're going to the ball, all right? Going to the ball. Again, like we talked about this morning, that traditional four-seam fastball that's coming right at me. I don't want to stop that four-seam fastball inside my frame. I want to allow that four-seam fastball to continue to ride into the glove. And that's where you become soft. That's where you play this game where you're strong, right in here. That is a collision. No need to have it, especially when it's center cut in my chest. I stay here with it, let that spin, rotate in, got it. Got the strike. Secured the catch. Our guys, and it's crucial, any catchers you're working with, tell them catch every single baseball with confidence. Well, yeah. No, every single baseball you catch with confidence. We cannot allow a pitcher to out-pitch our catching ability. It's a disaster watching. And it's not that it's not talented enough to handle that guy on the mound. It's the anxiety. It's the, but if you train him,